The Snowman and the Magical Hat. It was a perfect winter morning in the charming little town of Frosthaven. Snow blanketed the rooftops, trees sparkled with frost, and the whole world seemed hushed under a blanket of white. Inside a cozy house on Maple Street, two siblings, Lily and Max, stared eagerly out of the frosted window. They were about to embark on an adventure to restore his magic by reaching the Winter Star. Snowman time, Max declared, pulling on his boots as fast as he could. His older sister, Lily, giggled as she wrapped a long scarf around her neck. Together, they raced outside, their breath swirling in the crisp air, their laughter echoing across the snowy yard. They set to work rolling snowballs, one big, one medium, one small, and stacked them to build the perfect snowman. Lily added coal buttons, Max balanced a carrot nose, and they both agreed on naming him Frosty. Standing back to admire their creation, Max said, "Something's missing." But what? That was when Max remembered the old attic. "I bet there's something cool up there," he said. They dashed inside, their boots leaving snowy prints on the wooden floor. The attic was dark and full of forgotten treasures. Old books, boxes of holiday decorations, and a trunk full of costumes, but then, Max saw it, a tattered, floppy black hat. "This looks interesting," he exclaimed. It wasn't much to look at, but something about it felt special. Grinning, he held it up to Lily. "This'll be perfect for Frosty," Lily said. Together, they hurried back outside, clambering through the snow to crown their snowman with the mysterious hat. They both stepped back and admired their work. It looked perfect now, right? Then something incredible happened. "Whoa!" shouted Max as the snowman began to wobble and move. Before their wide, astonished eyes, Frosty's coal eyes blinked, his carrot nose twitched, and his stick arms stretched into the air. "Ah!" Frosty exclaimed, his deep, cheerful voice booming. "That nap sure was long." He looked at them with a wide, friendly grin. "Hello there, wonderful builders. I'm Frosty, and boy, am I happy to see you." Lily gasped. He's alive? Alive and kicking." Frosty laughed, tipping his hat playfully. "And I must say, this hat is special. Do you kids know what kind of magic you found?" Max's jaw dropped. "Magic? But how?" "This isn't just any old hat," Frosty explained, twirling it on his snowy finger. "It comes from a snow wizard, long, long ago. It holds incredible magic, and it's what brought me to life." "Oh wow!" Lily whispered, her eyes gleaming with wonder. "What kind of magic?" "Let me show you," Frosty said with a wink. With a swirl of snowy wind, Frosty clapped his stick hands together. Suddenly, the world around them seemed brighter and more magical. Sparkling snowflakes danced in the air, casting rainbow glimmers. Giggles floated through the breeze, and Lily and Max turned to see polar bears, yes, polar bears, dancing on the icy pond. "Welcome to the magical snowlands," Frosty announced proudly as snow fairies fluttered by, their tiny wings glistening like silver. Singing icicles harmonized in the trees as if the forest itself was alive with joy. Lily and Max couldn't believe their eyes. They joined the polar bears on the ice and watched as Frosty told them legendary tales of snow wizards and their enchanted creations. It was the most whimsical, wondrous day they'd ever had. But then Frosty scratched his snowy head with concern. "There's just one little problem," he said, his voice turning serious. Frosty knelt to look the siblings in the eyes. This magic hat, it's amazing, yes. But its power is fading. You see, magic like this needs to be recharged. And the only way to do that is by reaching the Winter Star. The Winter Star? Lily asked, tilting her head. It's a magical star high in the icy mountains, Frosty explained. It's the source of all icy magic. Without its light, this hat, and me, will fade away. No! Max shouted, clutching Frosty's stick arm. We can't lose you. Then there's only one thing to do, Frosty declared, standing tall. Adventure awaits, my friends. To the Winter Star we go. Lily, Max, and Frosty set off on their journey together. The snow crunched underfoot as they walked through twinkling forests where trees shimmered like crystal chandeliers. Max couldn't stop pointing at the playful snow bunnies hopping alongside them, while Lily admired the frozen rivers sparkling in the distance. Soon, a curious red fox appeared, blocking their path. If you want to pass, the fox said, grinning slyly, you must solve my riddle. Frosty whispered, oh boy, I love riddles. Pay close attention. Together, the siblings worked through the tricky puzzle and successfully solved it, earning the fox's approval, and a helpful map to guide their way. I knew you kids were clever. Frosty beamed. Their journey continued through frozen lakes and icy caves. They met a wise old snow owl who hooted, your hearts are true. I'll show you the safest path. With the owl's guidance, they avoided thin ice and made it through a swirling snowstorm. Later, they reached an ice bridge guarded by silly snow trolls. The trolls, although mischievous, weren't mean, they loved games. To cross, you must answer this simple question, one troll said, giggling. Thanks to Frosty's wit and the teamwork of Lily and Max, they passed every challenge with laughter and determination. After a long journey, the trio arrived at the base of a towering mountain. High above, a golden glow peeked through the clouds, the Winter Star. But guarding the star was a magnificent, shimmering snow dragon. Why have you come to my mountain? The dragon rumbled, its voice gentle yet powerful. We've come to save our friend Frosty, Lily shouted bravely. Without the Winter Star, his magic will fade forever. The dragon's deep eyes softened. Many come here seeking magic for selfish reasons. But your hearts are kind, and you value your friend's happiness above all. The dragon smiled, its icy scales twinkling like diamonds. You may pass. Standing before the dazzling Winter Star, Frosty removed his hat and held it up high. The star's golden light shimmered down like a waterfall, filling the magical hat with sparkles and warmth. The siblings gasped as Frosty's snowy form glowed brighter and brighter. I feel à la vie, Frosty cheered, twirling in joy. The children hugged him tightly, their hearts full of happiness. All the effort and adventure had been worth it to save their magical friend. With Frosty's magic restored, the trio returned to Frosthaven. The snow sparkled under the moonlight as they made their way home. The journey had taught Lily and Max so much about friendship, bravery, and the wonder of believing in the impossible. I'll never forget this, Max said, tearing up as the season of snow began melting away. Frosty hugged them both, with stick arms that didn't feel icy at all. Don't you worry, my friends. I'll be back next winter. And when the snow falls again, we'll have even more adventures. As Frosty waved goodbye and walked off into the snowy forest, Lily and Max placed the magical hat safely in their attic. They knew Frosty would return whenever they needed him most. And as they snuggled into their warm beds that night, they dreamed of ice-dancing polar bears, singing icicles, and the magical friend who had made their winter unforgettable. The end.